Ladies and gentlemen, it was the 11th of April 2005. The place, the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. The occasion, the visit of the Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao. As Wen Jiabao's motorcade entered the institute and was driving towards the building where he was supposed to give a lecture, a short, stocky man with a red headband jumped onto the second floor of the building, waving a Tibetan flag and shouting, "Free Tibet! Free Tibet!" It was an embarrassing moment, not just for Wen Jiabao, but for India. How could a security lapse such as this happen? The police was stunned. The building was sealed 3 days before the visit, and yet this happened. The man in question was Tenzing Sundu. He was, of course, promptly arrested. I met Tenzin a few days later. He's a friend of mine from college days. And I asked Tenzin, "How did you do it?" And Tenzin said, "I dodged the police. I risked my life. All for one thing. All for just one thing. The love of my country." And he added, "Thank God there were no sniffer dogs. Because dogs are definitely smarter than our police." But there was determination in his voice. A determination that reflected his love for his motherland, his love for his people. He wanted a free Tibet. There are many people in this world who are spurred by different kinds of love. Have you heard of CRY, Child Relief and You? You might have seen the CRY greeting cards. Do you know who founded it? Ripon Kapoor. And do you know who Ripon Kapoor was? He was a flight steward with Air India in the 1970s and 80s. He used to fly around the world, live in some of the best hotels in the world, have a great life. Yet, Ripon was restless within, because he was pained to see how millions of children in our country are deprived of basic necessities: food, clothing, shelter. And he decided to do something about it. He got together with 7 of his friends, and they all pooled together a princely sum of 50 rupees and started CRY in 1979. Today, this organization is the biggest mobilizer of funds for child relief in India. And that 50 rupee investment has transformed the lives of thousands of destitute children in our country. How did Ripon, who's just like you and I, manage to do this? It's Ripon's power of love and compassion for people. Ripon unfortunately did not live to see CRY grow the way it has over the years and the size it's become. He died in 1994 because of cancer at the age of 40. But Ripon showed us how to care. He's left us a legacy of true love. My mother used to say, when I was a toddler in the 1970s, there used to be a severe shortage of milk in India. It was hard to find milk supplies, adequate milk supplies for our babies. And who provided an answer to this challenge? One man who had a wonderful, cozy job with the Tatars, left it all and went to the remote, dusty villages of Gujarat to experiment with his ideas of a cooperative. Yes, you're right, Dr. CHERIAN. And we all know what followed. The White Revolution. It made our country self-sufficient in milk. My philosophy, Dr. CHERIAN once said, is to serve as many people who are less fortunate than me. When we look around and when we see all the violence around us, when we see all the aggressiveness, the selfishness around us, we can't help but think we need more people like Tenzin Sindhu, Ripon Kapoor, and Dr. Varghese Kurian among us. Because they were selfless. They were meant for others. But where will this more people come from? It has to be you. You and me. We have to nurture that love and extend that to a broader community. Friends, today is Valentine's Day, the day of love. And for most of you, it could be about loving your boyfriend, or girlfriend, or husband, or wife. And for those who don't have a partner to go out with this evening, don't worry, because I'm going to tell you what one of my friends said. He said, you didn't have AIDS on AIDS Day, so why worry about Valentine on Valentine's Day? Friends, today, take a moment. Take a moment to think about the different hues of love. Take a moment to think about the different shades of love. Take a moment to think about people like Tenzin Sindhu, Ripon Kapoor, Dr. Varghese Kurian, who extended their affection beyond a person. As someone said, earning can help you make a living, but giving, which requires love and compassion, can help you make a life.